What type of students do I work with? Parents often ask me this question all the time, and there's a long answer and a short answer. Let's talk about it. Now, my name is Mevany Biggins, and I teach children how to play a musical instrument so well that they earn college scholarships. As a matter of fact, over the last 16 years, I've helped my students earn over $7 million in college scholarships. Not to mention, if you have a beginner sitting in that house, listen, you know you got a child sitting in that house not need to learn how to play something. Give them to me, and I will teach them how to read music and play a musical instrument in less than 30 days. So, what type of child do I work with? The short answer is every type. The one expectation that I have is that they have an interest. That's it. Just the interest. So it doesn't matter their personality, it's just the interest. Now, there are certain character traits that make students successful. You know, their ability to focus, their ability to learn, their curiosity, you know, their ability to overcome minor challenges with assistance, seeing the fun in everything, seeing the good in everything. Bonus points if the child is already self motivated, because we already know our children need encouragement. You know, they need to be nurtured, right? But bonus points if that child is already out the gate. Let's go. Miss Biggins, what else you got for me? Let's do it. I love a student who enjoys music. Just a connoisseur. You know, a lot of students that I work with, they listen to all kinds of music: country, hip hop, bluegrass, classical, jazz. That student that has an ear and a fine appreciation for music is a great student to work with. Let's talk about the student that knows how to work. I'm talking about that student that has that work ethic. That student that says, you know what, if I don't have it right today, I'll get it right tomorrow. If I don't have it right tomorrow, I'll get it right the next day. If I don't get it right the next day, I'll get it right by next week. If I don't get it right by next week, I'm going to continue with it until it's right. And all musicians are really just masterful technicians, but we are able to utilize that technique to our advantage. We're able to utilize it for stress relief, excuse me. We're able to utilize that for peace of mind. We're able to utilize those techniques for our advantage as opposed to the advantage of others. Now, on the other hand, students who don't quite make the cut for our program, you know, if you got one of them children who just on that lazy side, don't want to do no work and all that kind of stuff like that, you know, that they ain't gonna make it. You know, the child has to show up, and I say that all the time. It's like, you know, even this program is completely virtual, but even in an in-person scenario, if the child doesn't show up, the child just doesn't show up. That's the biggest thing. Your child must show up. So if you have a child that just does not apply themselves, and we haven't set a culture in the home of the child actually showing up, applying themselves, and giving their best effort. I'm not talking about they have to know what to do already. I'm talking about they know what to do and they just won't do it. They're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. That's a culture. That's a behavior mindset that needs to be established in the home before you get to me. Because all of my students, and I really pride myself on saying this, all of our families are wonderful. All of our families, their children are responsible. I don't ever have to tell them, hey, you know what, keep your camera on. I don't ever have to tell them, hey, you know, plug in your device. I don't ever have to remind them of the simple things. They show up for the intention of learning how to play. So if that's you, if the students that I like to work with resonate with your household, go ahead and take my Master Musicians Roadmap. That is at mastermusicroadmap.com. Again, that is mastermusicroadmap.com. Download my guide, and I'll show you step by step how I take my beginners and transform them into master musicians. I'll see you there.